discuss the scale degree names of the major and minor scales. The scale degree is a term refers to the individual notes in a scale. For the major and the minor scales, we mostly use major and minor scales when we play Western music. Sometimes we use some special scales, but mostly we use major and minor scales. Therefore, after these many years, people developed specific names of each note in a scale because different notes in the scale have different functions and they have different jobs to do, and we can use them in different ways. So when we learn more about the scales, the names of each note, we will be able to discuss more in details. Like we can discuss the relationships between the steps of the scale, we can discuss the harmonic functions. So today we will learn the scale degree names. Here is a C major scale. We mark the numbers for each note. The first number refers to first scale degree. The second one, number 2, refers to second scale degree. And the third one is third scale degree, and so forth. The C and the end one C, they are both considered as scale degree 1 because it's repeat. Okay? Here, we have the first one, number 1, the note 1, is called tonic. It refers to the tonal center of the scale. The 5th one is called dominant. And here the 4th one is called subdominant. In Latin, sub means under. So we have a dominant, and the 4th note is under the 5th one, so we call it subdominant. And notice that from the tonic to dominant, the interval is the perfect fifth. And what's the interval from subdominant to the upper tonic? Yes, it is the same interval. So remember that the perfect fifth is a really important interval in Western music, and we will discuss later, but not today. So we just need to know that the interval from tonic to dominant and the subdominant to upper tonic is same. It's the perfect fifth. Okay. Next one. Next, the third one. The third scale degree is called mediant because it is the middle note between the tonic and the subdominant. It's the middle one, so it's called mediant. And the 6th note is called submediant. And the easy way to remember it because it is the middle note of subdominant, the 4th note, and the tonic. So since it's subdominant, so it's submediant. Again, what's the meaning of sub?
Under.
Very good. Okay, now we only have the second one and the 7th. The second one is called supertonic. Super in Latin means above. And we have the first note is tonic. So it's really easy to remember that the second one is called supertonic, above tonic. Okay? And the 7th note is called leading tone. Why? Because the interval from the 7th to the tonic is half step. And if we play on the piano, listen to the half step. Can you tell how much desire it really want to lead into the tonic note? And let's try again. Okay, so it's called leading tone. The rest 6 notes are all the same name. Just we have one thing is different in natural minor scales. the seventh is not a half step, it's a whole step. And now it's called subtonic. Why is not leading tone? Because, let's listen again. If we play the scale, it's like the leading feeling goes to the tonic. And sub, what's the meaning of sub again? Very good. So now it's called undertonic, subtonic. So only remember that the seventh is only called subtonic in natural minor scale because it's whole step. And but in major scales, melodic scale, melodic minor scales, harmonic minor scales, the seventh note all called leading tone. Why? Because it's half step. Okay. Now let's review again before we go to the exercises. So let's read all the names of each scale degree together. From beginning, the first one is
Tonic,
second one,
supertonic,
third one,
median,
fourth one,
subdominant,
fifth,
dominant,
sixth,
submedian,
seventh,
leading tone, tonic,
and go back.
tonic, leading tone, submedian, dominant, subdominant, median, supertonic, tonic,
Very good. Again, what's the meaning of sub?
under,
Okay. And what's the meaning of super? And what is the supertonic? Which note is the supertonic? Second one. Which note is the dominant? Very good. Which note is subdominant? Which note is leading tone?
seven,
And which note is median?
three,
And which note is submedian? Which one is the most important note?
tonic,
Tonic. Okay. Now let's go to the exercise. First one. What is the dominant of G major scale? So let's think about first, what is the dominant note? Which scale degree? Which number? Five. Very good. Then we think about G major scale. How about in G major scale, what is the fifth note?
D.
Very good. So the answer is
D,
yes. Next one. What is the subdominant of F major scale? Which note is subdominant? Very good. And in F major scale, the fourth degree is
D.
very good. Next one. If E is the subdominant, what is the tonic of the scale? So again, subdominant is which scale degree? Fourth. And E is the fourth. Remember the perfect fifths we mentioned. So from the subdominant to upper tonic, it's a perfect fifth. Let's build a perfect fifth. From E, go up, B. Then B is the tonic of the scale. Very good. Next one. If C sharp is the supertonic, what is the dominant of the scale? And supertonic, again, super above tonic. So it's the second one, right? And let's think about C major scale. From the first note to the second note, it's a whole step. So if we go back, build a whole step from C sharp, what is the tonic?
B,
B, very good. And in B major, and what is the dominant of the scale? I'm sure? Yes? Yes. So that's all the degree names we learned today. And all the names should be memorized as soon as possible because they're really important. Okay. And now we will have the small quiz.
Thank you, Sadie.